Let's talk about the kitchen as a whole, because I feel like the kitchen is such a wonderful place for family, such a wonderful place for community. Like so much kind of just revolves around the kitchen. How
Yeah,
do you
I
feel
mean,
about that particular space?
it's about food and nourishment. It's also about learning because there's so much that you learn in the kitchen, not only through conversations, but you can learn how to interpret recipes, which is understanding, like reading comprehension and math and all of that. You learn love, nurturing, and I think it's definitely the heart of the home.
Mm, I like thinking of it that way. And I feel like, especially, I just recently left New York City after 10 years. I moved to Boston with my partner. And one of the biggest things we were talking about was we need to make sure that we have a nice kitchen. Because not only is it helpful for us to grow as a relationship because we'll be able to bake together or cook together, but it's kind of the focal point when you come into someone's home. You like to see what their kitchen looks like. You want to know what they're making. So I definitely agree with that idea that it is the heart of the home. So much comes
Yeah.
from it. So let's talk about that, about how you recognize that not only was the kitchen the heart of your home, but also kind of the birthplace of a lot of where your professional career has gone.
It's so funny. As soon as you said that, so my husband and I are getting ready to renovate our home, and we spent so much time in the kitchen, like with the kitchen part of it, and because that I'm like, for me, that that is the ultimate part of the house. But when I think back when I first started cooking and I started a lunch delivery service, I had just moved from England and I was staying in my sister's house in Washington, D.C. And I took over her kitchen and I just turned it into basically my business. But it really lifted, I think, because she doesn't like to cook, it lifted the energy in her home. And the kids would come down. She had two young kids, and they would come down and like, "Oh, what are you making, Auntie? And let me see this and that." And so they wouldn't have had that, by me living there for about a year with them, and it was really special, and they remember that still.
I love that.